Hey everybody, welcome to week 6, and I am so sorry that I have not been able to keep up with the videos because of that sickness, but I'm finally feeling better, so now we can kind of get this train back on track or whatever. This week we'll be talking about aviation security, and there are a couple things that are a little bit different. One is that I'm actually going to be uploading a second video for you guys, hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, depending on when my guest speaker, if you can call her that, finishes her video. Mary Faith Dodge from HAA is going to be doing a discussion on TSA for you guys. And I actually think it's going to be really interesting because she's going to be talking about how she takes kind of the chaotic mess of regulations around all that and makes order out of them and applies them to her job. So that's kind of what this whole class is about in a way, is it's case studies, and it's also taking the regulations and applying them to real life and creating order. So I think it's going to be really interesting. Make sure you check it out, and I'll post an announcement to let you guys know when I upload that. So that's one piece that's different. Another thing that you may have noticed is that there's kind of an extra assignment in your module this week, and that is your technically your assignment for next week about the 1552 regulations, and you can check that out. I'm giving you guys 2 weeks to do this assignment because it's a little bit more involved than usual, and it's going to take you a little bit more time. So go ahead and get started this week if you can on creating some sort of flowchart or slideshow or checklist or video presentation, breaking those regulations down and making them make sense. You can see all the details in the module, and feel free to email me if you need help or clarification on that. So what we're going to do now is I just wanted to point out a couple kind of just interesting examples of careless and reckless behavior that you guys dug up during your previous work that I thought the whole class might be interested in hearing, and then we'll go from there. So the first NTSB order that I wanted to share with the class that one of you guys found is what I'm calling the Treasure Island NTSB order, EA 3767. So the accident occurred when the pilot flew 3 passengers near the coast of an island in Hawaii because the passengers wanted to check out a ship that was broken and see if there was any salvage available from the ship. The helicopter pilot agreed to bring the passengers. After they arrived at the scene, they circled around the island and tried to find a suitable site to land. However, there were only 2 options: either land on a rock that didn't have a walkway or land directly on the broken ship. The pilot and passengers decided to land on the broken ship, which was canted about 15 to 20 degrees. The first passenger got off the helicopter with ease. Right away, so many issues with this situation. The second passenger was struggling getting down the helicopter, but managed to get off. Before the third passenger could get off, a tidal wave hit the helicopter, and the helicopter lost all of its control and crashed into the water. Both the pilot and the third passenger managed to escape the helicopter. The pilot recovered while the third passenger drowned before rescue personnel arrived. I feel like this could be the beginning of some kind of movie about a cursed pirate ship set in modern day era. And so feel free to look this up if you want to get more details on that particular order. The other one I wanted to share with you guys, I am calling You'll Float 2 Recklessly. It is order number EA 5503. So on April 25th, 2008, it is alleged that the respondent operated a hot air balloon on a passenger carrying flight and landed intentionally in a high school parking lot, which was in a congested area. At the time of the incident, people were in and around the area, but no one on the ground was aware of the incoming balloon ahead of the event. Based on these allegations, the administrator ordered a 90-day suspension of the respondent's ATP certificate on December 12, 2008. Witness testimony stated that the event happened during the time of day when students were arriving at school and therefore when the highest amount of vehicles and pedestrians were present. Testimony of a police officer who was on scene stated that the respondent said that the balloon was fine and he saw the school parking lot as an appropriate landing site. An FAA safety inspector examined the lot and determined due to height and frequency of obstacles, the lot was not an appropriate landing site. Go figure. The law judge determined that due to his statement to the police officer and the conditions present during the flight, the respondent could have continued to a safe landing area, and that due to the time of day, it should have been determined that it was likely that there would be traffic in the area of landing. Whoops. And so, last thing I wanted to share with you guys was this quote from, I'm not even sure, I don't remember which of you said this, but one of you guys at the end of your paper said that the best advice for avoiding charges of careless and reckless behavior is just don't scare the roadlings. And I kind of just love the phrase roadlings for those who are not flying. It's kind of reminds me of like landlubbers for pirates or muggles for wizards. So anyway, solid advice. Carry that with you. All right, so again, this week, please read all the assigned links. I had a couple people who found themselves struggling a little bit with the MEL assignment, and I'm pretty sure it's because you guys didn't read all of those links, because all of the information that you needed was there. Also, remember that I can only respond to you via email for this class. So please make sure that you're communicating with me via email so that I can, for this class, respond promptly with you. And so anyway, make sure that you actually do read all of the links before you try to do the assignment. It'll be much easier. And if you're trying to get a hold of me, then I know it's a little anti-intuitive, but the email will get you the fastest response time on that. And so, yep, read the links and then start working on your TSA assignment. It's not due this Sunday, it's due next Sunday, but you will be in a bad place if you try to do it the night before because it's a little bit more in depth, right? Also, make sure you do your workbook chapter this week. Just write enough so that I know you read the textbook and we're good. Participate in your discussion board and look for that second video from Mary Faith Dodge that I'll be uploading as soon as I've got it. All right, have a great week, guys.